Hi, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're going to create the splash screen script, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this script. I want to get it done in a couple of lessons, so I'm just going to run through quickly. It's nothing we haven't done before, so I don't think there's many reasons to spend a long time in depth going through it, because I want to move on and I want to begin work on the options script. I did actually want to start the options menu in this lesson, but unfortunately I've not had time to prepare those lessons. Well, to be honest, I've just been backwards and forwards to the hospital over the last couple of weeks, so, you know, please bear with me on that, but the script is coming. But let's create a new C# script for now. We'll just call this splash screen. And we'll open it for editing. So, as I said, I'm not going to explain too much really, because it's nothing we haven't already covered. But we'll begin by creating a using statement of Unity engine dot scene management. Let's close that line off. We'll come here, we'll open and close the square type of bracket. Inside we'll say required component, open and close brackets. Inside those brackets, type of, we'll open and close again, of type audio source. And we'll just put into comments, add audio source when attaching the script. And now we'll begin by creating our variables. The first one is going to be of type public, and we want texture 2D, and this is going to be our background, so we'll say underscore splash screen background. We'll close that off. Into the comments, our normal comments, create slot in inspector to assign the splash screen background. And just bring the comments in a little bit. Let's just copy that variable and we'll paste it in twice. So the second one will now change to splash screen banner. And the last one, let's say sub banner. And then we'll come below, we'll create a line space, we'll say of type private float. And yes, these can all be of type private, underscore splash screen banner size and the width. Let's close that line off. Defines the banner size width. And again, we'll paste that in twice. We'll change the next one to height. and the next one to offset. So with that in place, again we'll create of type private float underscore splash screen sub banner size width into the comments defines the sub banner size width, and again we'll copy and paste this in twice, and exactly the same as before we'll change the next one to height and the next one to offset. And remembering to change the comment as well, obviously. Again, we'll come below, we'll create a line break, again of type private float underscore splash screen fade value. Defines the fade value for the splash screen. And private float underscore splash screen fade speed. Close the line off into the comments. Defines the fade speed for the splash screen, and we'll just come below here, we'll say private splash screen controller underscore, and same again, splash screen controller. Let's close that line off into the comments. Defines naming convention for the splash screen controller, and that red error is going to disappear now as we use this naming convention for private splash screen controller and private enum, and we'll open and close brackets. We'll come inside those brackets, let's say splash screen fade in, that's going to be equal to 0, comma splash screen fade out, and that's going to be equal to 1. And as always, remember, no comma on the very last one. Oops, knocking things over. Just bear with me. Oh dear. Right. Let's come below here. We're going to say void awake. So we'll open and close brackets, we'll open and close again. And we want the splash screen and we want the fade value is equal to 0. Close that line off. Into the comments, fade value, equals 0 on startup. And we want splash screen banner size width, and we're going to say that's equal to screen dot the current resolution dot width minus the underscore splash screen offset. Close that line off. And in fact, we better define the offset first. So splash screen banner size offset equal screen dot current resolution again dot, and we'll use the height divided by, and just bear with me, 2.15 f. No, 215 f, sorry. And we'll close the line off. And yes, I do experiment with these values, and I do have a little note just scribbled down with the values. That's what reaching for it caused me to knock everything off on my computer desk. Just cause I try and remember these values, but I always end up forgetting. So as I've always said, don't make things hard for yourself, especially when it comes to coding. So I do test these values and I do jot them down. Banner size height, we'll change that to, and divide by, and this was 2.5 f. And splash screen, and we want sub banner size, so let's sorry, caught the wrong button. Easier to go back and start again. Sub banner size width, that's going to be equal to screen dot and current resolution dot width, and that was divided by 1.5 f. Close the line off. And in fact, let's just copy and paste that in. And now we'll go to the height. Change it here also, and divided by 5f. Might be better breaking these up for commenting. Splash screen banner size offset equals current resolution, say current resolution's height divided by, and I'm just going to put in brackets value, because I still may tweak these values, so that'll be the easiest way to do. So let's copy that first line. We'll paste that in twice, so this is the width. This is the height. We can also paste it in here. And here also. And like I said, I'm not explaining this too much because I went through how this works just in the very last few lessons. So I'm sure you can all remember how we did it. And of course, if you do have any problems, you can always go back and watch those videos again. So I'll just add sub to those. So height divided by value is correct for those. And I'm sure you're capable of doing these comments for yourself, but you can always pause the video if you're struggling. That one I'll break up again. Dot current resolution's width. And we'll just change this to minus. The banner size offset. So I'll just leave that there for a moment if you need to pause the video. And yeah, let's get the void start done. We might as well get this one done, and then we can jump straight into some of the functionality in the next video. So in the void start, splash screen controller equals splash screen, so that's the name of the script, dot splash screen controller dot splash screen fade in. Let's close that line off. Into the comments, I'll just put state equals fade in on startup. I suppose I should really use the full naming convention. There we go. And yeah, in fact, we'll just leave it there for now. I think that's enough for this lesson. And we'll pick this up in the very next video. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.